So what's a walkthrough? These are done actually when everything's really said and done. So when we go through an inspection, we ask for repairs to be done. So that's another reason why we do the walkthrough, is because we want to make sure that those repairs have been done satisfactory to you. So even getting an inspector back in might be ideal for you during your walkthrough. Depends on how extensive your walkthrough needs to be. A lot of times it's just me and you walking through and making sure it's done right. Or we make sure that those appliances, making sure those fixtures are still there. Like, who knew the TV mounts stay in that big chandelier in your foyer? We have to walk through and make sure that those things have checked out and making sure that that house is up to par for what you originally thought it was worth. When we go through, sometimes just like a little story time, we actually had a walkthrough, and I come through with my buyers. Of course, we're checking on repairs, making sure that the fixtures are still there, making sure the house is still standing. And we walked through, and sure enough, there was a water leak, terrible drywall damage, terrible, it's falling through the ceiling, everything that you can imagine that's a nightmare. It happened. So that buyer was actually very reluctant that that situation happened, because we ended up postponing closing and ended up actually getting that drywall repaired because that seller still owns that house. And it's not in the condition that you thought it was when you originally offered on it. Stuff happens in a house, so just be aware. But another story time is going to be, we ended up having a buyer that took a house that was as is during all that crazy madness. And he was like, man, I really don't need to do a walkthrough. But then when we were doing a walkthrough, everything in the house checked out. But then when we walked down to the basement, there was about 1.5 feet of water because the sump pump battery backup didn't turn on. So when doing a walkthrough, it's very important to make sure that it checks all your boxes before you sign those papers and make that house yours. See ya.